Hey everybody, I'm Ted from Tebex. In this tutorial we are going to take a look at our RCON adapter. There recently was an update for the RCON adapter, some improvements have been made, and we'll also support some more games, including Rust, and that is what we are going to set up in this tutorial. If you're unfamiliar with the RCON adapter, the key features are that it connects your Tebex web store to your game server without the use of plugins. It can process Tebex transactions and apply commands to your players using the RCON protocol. Today we are running it locally, but there are some more scalable options available like Docker. You can find more information on our GitHub page. For us, I'm going to go to the latest releases. I'm going to be using Windows, so let's download the Windows zip. We then need to extract this to a folder. As you can see, I already made a folder, and this is where I extracted everything to. And when we scroll down, we have our Tebex RCON exe. What we want to do is we want to run that exe. The best way to do that is through a terminal. There are several different ways. We can either right-click, open terminal, shift right-click, open terminal. You can also click here at the top where you can see the path. When you type cmd and press enter, it will also open up the terminal inside of that folder. Use any of the methods I just showed, and then we're just going to run the name of the program. So I'm going to select it, press F2, and select everything. Then I'm just going to paste it by right-clicking and press enter. You can now see that it's asking for our secret key. This is where we go to Tebex. Make sure that the web store type is Rust, or of course the game that you're trying to connect. Let's go to integrations and then go to game servers. You can see I already have a few game servers, but you can never have enough, so let's add another one. We're going to use RCON. Continue. I'm going to give this a name so I know exactly what server is what. Let's attach all the packages that I have and click on continue. And then let's copy our secret key because we already done step 1 and step 2. So let's paste this and press enter. And then it says that it could not connect. And this is because we didn't set the proper connection information yet. So let's close this. We're then going to find the Tebex configuration.json. I'm going to open up that config file inside of Notepad++, and then we can set our IP, port, and RCON password. This is currently set to a local IP, so let's get this information. You get this information from your start file. In my case, I'm using a hosted server. So for me, instead of directly going to the file, I'm going to go to the location where I have my configuration files. And then I'm going to open up the start file.bat. Here we can see our RCON password. So let's copy our password. Let's paste that in here. And then we need to get the port and the IP. For this, I'm just going to go back to my dashboard. And here where it says RCON information, I'm going to copy this, paste it over here, separate the port, paste that over here, and then make sure that we remove that so everything is a proper format. So now we have the proper IP, the proper port, and also the proper RCON password. Let's save this. So let's open up the terminal again. Let's run the RCON adapter. And now you can see we got a lot more information that looks like it was successful. It was validated to our store that was already successful before, but you can now see that we are actually connected to our Rust server. As it says here, you can enter tebex.help for a list of available commands. Any non-Tebex prefix commands will just be run to the server. Everything is linked up successfully, so let's click on connect. And we can see that we now have our new server over here. We already attached it to our packages, so let's go to our packages. You can either add a new package. In my case, I'm going to edit one of the packages I already have. It's already added as a game server. I'm going to remove this old one. And I'm also going to set these to run even if the player is offline. So now that we have our package set with our commands to run on the proper server, we are now ready to create a test payment so the RCON adapter can pick this up and actually run it on the server. So let's update the package. So let's view the web store and let's add the package to our basket. Let's log into Steam. I'm now logged into Steam as well. So let's proceed to checkout. Completing the order complete. So let's go back to the adapter. It should run because the commands are set to even run if the player is not online. So let's give Tebex a moment to prepare these commands, and then the RCON adapter should pick them up and automatically run them. We could use tebex.forcecheck. This will force the commands queue to check if there are any pending purchases, which is currently true, but I will just give it a moment. It shouldn't take that long and it should automatically execute. As you can see, the commands ran. I think there were some issues with the commands that I ran. Let's try again with the debug mode on to see what the issue is. If it's actually an issue with the RCON adapter, which shouldn't be, or if it's an issue with the commands. Let's look again what we are trying to run. So for this example, I'm just going to run a simple command to say run the command from Tebex, let's say adapter, from the Tebex adapter. I've also set this to run even if the player is offline, so it should just run this as quick as it can. Let's update the package. And then let's create a test payment. So I'm just going to go to my dashboard, view my web store. We are now logged into Steam as well. Let's quickly complete the checkout. Order complete. So now that I removed those commands, we should not have any issues. And we can see here, it now says run the message from the Tebex adapter. Like I said in the beginning, there are better ways of deploying or hosting the application. Things like Docker or running them as a digital ocean droplet might be a better option, depending, of course, on how many servers you have and what is the easiest way for you to integrate this into your system. There are also some configuration and launch options if this is something that you're looking for. I would recommend going to the GitHub page and reading through this. Using the RCON adapter, you can now connect your Tebex store to any of your game servers. In this example, we used Rust, without using plugins. And also without using the raw RCON implementation, which is just send the command and then forget. There was no real checks or failsafe implemented. Here we can actually check if the commands ran successfully. If not, we can actually do something with it and make sure that everything works a lot more as expected, giving you the same stability as running a plugin, but on your server just using RCON. Hopefully this was helpful. If anything is unclear, feel free to leave a comment down below. And as always, thank you for watching and good luck with your Tebex store.